Live across Tasmania on the ABC Listen app, your smart speaker and your radio.
Now we're talking. Evenings with Helen on ABC Radio Hobart and ABC Northern Tasmania.
Well, just in the last week, Hulk Hogan has died, and a lot of people are remembering how much they loved throwing their sibling off the top of the couch in his honour. If you weren't aware, there's a club teaching that kind of wrestling in Lutruwita, Tasmania, and hosting a pro wrestling competition. It's been going since 2011. Often events held in the Elfin Sports Stadium in Lonnie. But if you think your stretchy silver tights and full Nelson days are behind you, you can watch their larger-than-life characters battle it out in the ring in a southern event soon too in Sorell. Thomas Riley is supporting Tasmanian Championship Wrestling for the second coming. Thomas, hello.
Hi, how are you, Helen?
Well, indeed, thank you. When you think about your childhood self, how stoked would little Tom be about you being part of pro wrestling?
He'd love it. I've watched wrestling for at least 35 years. It's a big part of my life. My grandfather got me into it and my father. So it's been here forever.
I wasn't sure if you'd be too young for Hulk Hogan references, but no, you were raised in them.
I definitely was. Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Von Erichs, a lot of different wrestling, not just the WWF stuff, but yeah, I was around all of that.
Who was your favourite competitor to wrestle in your own life?
Oh, I don't think I could choose.
You were smashing chairs on siblings and cousins and...
I've got a lot of cousins. People may have heard me on the radio once or twice before. I have a very large Aboriginal family, but I've also got a very large country family, and I've got a lot of cousins, and we were all into that sort of stuff. I grew up mainly with a sister. I've got brothers, but we didn't grow up in the same household. So I know they wrestled each other, but I didn't really get into it as much with my sister. But I did do backyard wrestling with friends in New Norfolk, which was pretty crazy.
Oh, great. What sort of moves were you into as a kid?
Oh, we did some silly stuff. Leaping off of roofs. I've got a thumb that rolls out a joint because of that. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. We were known for walking around Timwood Park in New Norfolk and doing suplexes onto bales of hay and the grass and all sorts of stuff.
Yes. I mean, children, don't try that at home, please. But really, that was the stuff childhood was made of.
Very true.
In the sepia-toned 80s and 90s. This is Thomas Riley, who is working with Tasmanian Championship Wrestling ahead of a southern event. A lot of people will be remembering how much they loved wrestling at the moment. Has there been a Hulk Hogan death spike in your ticket sales?
I don't believe it's really helped in any way, but I do know that it's brought a lot of attention around the world, even people that may have sort of stepped away from watching wrestling, as soon as you hear about Hulk Hogan, you think about it again. And he's a name that's, known everywhere, regardless of what you're into.
Yeah. Zoe Keene's producing tonight. She thinks a Hulk Hogan death spike sounds like it should be a wrestling move and not my question about ticket sales. Fair. Please
True.
Do not try that on me at any point this evening, Zoe. If it's all the same to you, this is Evenings on 936 ABC Radio Hobart and ABC Northern Tasmania. I'm Helen Shield. This is Thomas Riley with you tonight. So the second coming, Aaron Lynch versus the Doomslayer is the headliner. What is the history between these two?
Doomslayer's been at Aaron for quite a while. Aaron's been the champion now for a few events. He won it a while back, earlier this year, I think it was. And, they've both been wrestling for TCW now for quite some time. Aaron in particular, going back many years. And, yeah, they really don't like each other. And Doomslayer does believe it's his time to be a world champion.
Is there a belt at stake here?
There is. The World Championship is at stake, the TCW Championship belt.
Look out. And Is one of them a hero and one a heel? That's about the extent of my wrestling terminology, but let's exhaust it.
It's definitely the case. Aaron Lynch is a fan favourite for sure. He's well known in Launceston and becoming well known in Hobart too, as more people venture up, and obviously they bring events down here. Doomslayer's known for travelling Australia. He's been over interstate wrestling in New South Wales and other states, and he's also wrestled for Japanese Federation. So he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He believes he should be the champion. He's, in his mind, he's probably done more than Aaron, but Aaron's definitely been around in TCW for a bit longer.
Right. So is the Doomslayer Tassie based when the Doomslayer is not travelling to Japan or on the mainland? Is that a Tassie based career?
Yes, they're both based out of Launceston area. Well known up there for sports and theatre, I believe. Aaron Lynch has taken part in.
That's the combination you want for wrestling, isn't it?
Oh, it's very true. I believe Doomslayer's played a lot of sport as well, football and stuff like that, but wrestling is definitely what they're into.
I love that it's got to the point where you can have an international pro wrestling career out of Lonnie.
It's true. There's actually a number of people from Tasmania that have made an international career out of it. There's a guy up in Devonport that's name does not come to mind, and I feel bad for not remembering, but I know that he's ventured all over the place, and I got to watch him a while back, and it was a big deal coming back to wrestle in Tasmania because, it's been around for a while now. I heard you mention a particular year, but the events really started around 2013, and there's been like over 70 shows now, and a lot of people have come back and forth. But even before that, there was people from here that were travelling interstate and international to take part in this career.
Right. And when you go and see, okay, so if you're going to see the Doomslayer, is there a particular move of his you're not going to be happy until he's done it?
So he does a few different moves, but one of his main deals is a Death Valley driver that he does. And it's a move where he'll get you up onto his shoulders and then drop you onto your back.
Oh, geez.
And, it's an interesting landing. It puts a lot of people out.
And what about Aaron Lynch? What do you love to see him do?
He does a really good drop kick. He does quite a high drop kick. He's a little bit smaller than some of the other guys, so he's got to go that extra yard sometimes, and he definitely does it. He gets the crowd really worked up.
Right, and then if somebody's up on the ropes and their legs are spread a little too wide, he has been known to... I've seen some footage of somebody bearing the brunt of that kick, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he'll kick him. And at the same time, Aaron in particular is really good at coming off the ropes, doing other moves as well. You'll see things like moonsaults and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Right. There's a Dominic Knight who'll be competing. I just really want that to be the presenter from ABC Radio in Sydney, getting in the ring in a pair of sparkly silver tights.
I'm sure that would be very interesting. But Dominic's actually from Georgetown, and he's becoming a big name in the Launceston area there, and he's quite large compared to some of the other guys associated with TCW. And the person he's facing, Liam Lacey, is another mainstay of TCW, pretty much there from the beginning. And he has a very big chip on his shoulder at the moment. He believes it's Liam Lacey wrestling, not TCW wrestling so much.
Right, yep.
And, he's really got it in for Dominic Knight, who just recently at I think it was the last event, pretty much took a shot at Liam and got him. So he's wanting a bit of revenge.
Mm-hmm. And if Georgetown's Dominic Knight wants to go for a bit of wider cross promotion, he could do worse than challenging ABC Radio, formerly of The Chaser, Dominic Knight, to a fight, because that guy has got a lot of attention with that name, and maybe it's Georgetown wrestler Dominic Knight's turn to get the spotlight with that
would
name.
Be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Some would pay to watch it, and by some I mean me, Thomas Riley. And what about the women? The women's bout, there's 3 names.
Yeah, and 2 of them are mainstays in TCW. Charlie Rose is making her return. She's been travelling interstate doing some really crazy matches, essentially doing what some would call death matches, doing some really, really crazy stuff with weapons. And Ali Galvin has been sort of the lady that's stuck around. She came up as a young girl. She's becoming a woman now and really getting a chance to prove herself. And then we have a lady that's coming back over from the mainland, Katie Lux, and she's been coming to a few events. She was actually down at the first Hobart event a while back, and that was in Sorel as well. And yeah, I think she's wanting some revenge as well on Ali Galvin. They've really taken a few shots at her, and yeah, I think Charlie probably wants to prove herself again.
Yeah. Do you get 3 people in the ring at one time, or do they have to tap in and out?
Oh no, I believe this is like a 3-way, so they're going to be going at it the whole time.
Jeez. All right. Do you feel pretty comfortable that these days your role is outside of the ring?
I don't think I would see myself getting in there. It's not an easy thing. Even in the past, I've gotten in the ring to do welcomes to country for the wrestling, and even just stepping over the ropes, you're just like, wow, this is very hard. So I can't imagine running the ropes, let alone falling over or getting hit and thrown out.
I went to the physio for my sprained ankle today, Thomas Riley. I really understand what you're talking about. I got that taking my dog outside for a wee. That's all. I'm injured.
I don't know how these people do it, and it's some of them have done it for well over a decade now, so they've got to be feeling it.
If you and I can face off against each other, we'll just hit each other with feathers. Stop! You stop! Just little slappy hands. Stop it! Get out!
I reckon it's the extent that I would go these days.
Little slappy hands. That'll be us. Do they have room for another undercard at this stage?
I tell you what, it's a pretty full card. There's another championship match as well, the North-Esk Championship match, and that's going to feature 2 mainland guys. A mainstay who's the champion at the moment, James Sly Silver, who's one of my favourites. Has a bit of an 80s gimmick. Comes out in. It used to come out in somewhat of a. I don't know if you remember the band Wasp. Very gimmicky sort of 80s hair metal deal. Wrestling wise, he's a hard man, and he'll take a lot of chances. Does some crazy stuff himself, and he's going to be facing somebody else coming over from interstate, Will Walker, who I don't know much about, but the fact that he's getting a title shot usually means that he's done something.
80s hair just sounds like a target. I mean, that is just an opportunity for someone to grab onto it and start flinging you about, isn't it?
It definitely is the case, and it's happened. We've seen it happen. Sly's taken a few beatings, and the long hair, I don't think it's helped him at times.
Yeah, Thomas, thank you very much. All the best with it. Thanks for reliving some old and new wrestling moments tonight on evenings on 936 ABC Radio Hobart and ABC Northern Tasmania. Thomas Riley, who's involved with Tasmanian Championship Wrestling in the TCW's second coming at Southeast Stadium on Saturday, August 16th. So TCW back to Sorel for all of these bouts, headlined by Aaron Lynch and the Doomslayer.